Hello and welcome to 2CrazyMedia. I'm your host Matthew, and today I want to be going over every single video game coming out in May 2026. That's right, I've been doing the same for all the months in the past 2 months, and well, now we're just a few days away from May. As of recording this video and as of the day it's uploaded, it is Tuesday, April 28th, so just a few days away. The end of the week, it's gonna be May, and so it's time to talk about a whole new batch of video games coming out next month. I've done the same video for both the month of March and April, and honestly, it's one of my favorite videos to record on the channel. I love going over all the games, talking about the release dates and games that I'm looking forward to, and possibly some cool indie games that maybe some of you may not know about. It's all very fun, and so very excited to jump into this video. When it comes to, last month, April, or this month that it's about to end, was a great month for video games. We had some awesome games, Pragmata, Soros is about to be out. Many people are already playing it. People are loving it. I'm going to start playing it hopefully tomorrow night. Cannot wait to get into it once it comes out. Super looking forward to it. And just a ton of great, fantastic releases in March. March was a fantastic month for video games. I mean, not March, April. Sorry. April was a fantastic. So was March, but April was a great month. But now we're getting into May, and I wouldn't say there are as many big releases in like the quantity of big releases in May compared to April is definitely a little less, but how big some of these games are releasing are crazy. Like, we are getting a few of these games I'm going to talk about in this video are some of the biggest games of the year. So it's a big month for just how massive some of these games coming are, which is awesome. And definitely some of the biggest games yet of the year coming out this month that I'm going to talk about. Just as a disclaimer, with all these every upcoming game videos, some of these days, release dates are always a thing that are changing all the time. Some of these could fall out, some of these games could be delayed, and we don't know release dates yet. We could get shadow drops. So this isn't a definitive list of every single game. This is just a list of every game we know of so far that is coming out next month in May. And anything else, like anything I say in this video, any game I talk about could all of a sudden be delayed out of this month. Any game could be put into this month, and I won't know during this video because that all just changes all the time, release dates. So keep that in mind going through this video. This is not a definitive list, but I'm fairly confident that most of these, at least the big AAA stuff, will be coming out this month. So how about we jump straight into it? Again, for every other time I've done this type of video on the channel, I am using the fantastic website that is releases.com, where they give you release dates for basically every single game, from big AAA titles to small little indie darlings that maybe only a few people know about. And it's all fantastic. You get to see literally every single game. It shows you the platforms, it gives you a description, trailers, all that stuff, and it goes through just every single day and gives you the games coming out. They do the same for movies and TV series and all that. So this is what I use. I go just through this video. If you haven't seen one of these videos channel, I'm just going to go through every single day and list off every single game that is coming out each day. And if it's a game that either I'm interested to talk about or it's a big AAA title, something like that, then I will definitely spend some time talking about it, going more in depth about it. But how about we start off with the first day of the month, May 1st, which is just a few days away, not too far away now. So releasing May 1st. We have only a few games, nothing too crazy. First up, we have Constance, coming to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, Switch, and Switch. So it's coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and when I say Xbox Series X, I mean both X and S, obviously. I'm just probably most of the time not going to say Series X and S. And it's coming to Nintendo Switch May 1st. And the Switch 2 release is going to be later this year. But this game has also already been released on PC. Alrighty. For also other games coming May 1st, we have Frozen Ship coming to PC Early Access, Soul Quest coming to PC, Mining Merchant coming to PC, and Bright Lights of Svetlov coming to PlayStation 5. Alrighty, now on to May 5th. First up, we have Motor Slice coming to PC, Xbox Series X, and PlayStation 5. I've recently all of a sudden started seeing trailers in like videos on YouTube for this game. It is like this crazy action third person game where you have a sword and you're fighting enemies, but they're all like robotic, but almost like construction machinery, not like too futuristic robots, like just construction machinery. I know IGN uploaded a pretty crazy boss fight in this game, so definitely check that out. But this game looks pretty cool. We also have Wax Heads coming to Xbox Series X, PC, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switch. In the Black coming to PC Early Access, and finally on May 5th, Gangs of Asia coming to PC. Alrighty. Moving on to the next day, May 6th, we have Forever coming to PC, Hypnos coming to PC, Europa Universalis 5, Fate of the Phoenix coming to PC, and Amber Spire also coming to PC. Again, if I mispronounce any of these, totally my bad. Some of these that you're going to hear, especially late in the video, have some pretty big sounding words and names. Yeah, titles. So apologies if I do mispronounce anything. Alrighty, now for the first big title I want to talk about, and this is more of an indie title, but it's one I know myself and many other people are very excited for, and that is Mixtape, coming May 7th. Here, I'll just read the description for most of these. On the last night of high school, 3 friends embark on one more adventure together, play through a mixtape of memories set to the soundtrack of a generation. En route to their final party together, a perfectly curated playlist draws them into dreamlike reenactments of their formative memories. Experience a variety of narrative vignettes, exploring the pivotal moments that shape them. It's the greatest hits of teenage friendship, from the first kiss to the last dance. Players will immerse themselves in the teenage wasteland by playing through a mixtape of joyful gameplay, from skateboarding and flying to taking photos after hours at an abandoned theme park, hitting baseballs, and putting on a fireworks show from the backseat of a car. It's the greatest hits of teenage friendship, from the first kiss to the last dance. From Beethoven and Dinosaur, developers of BAFTA award-winning game The Artful Escape, Mixtape draws inspiration from classic coming-of-age movies, bringing together nostalgic aimlessness, mischief, music, the highs and lows of adolescence, and the bittersweet feelings brought about by growth, transformation, and moving on. This game looks fantastic. We've been seeing trailers for this game for years now, usually popping up at Xbox showcases, since I believe it is going to be on Game Pass. This game looks fantastic. It's got that really unique art style, animation style, and there's a really nice looking and sweet coming of age story that I know, at least myself, I'm definitely drawn to. This looks awesome from the many different, I think the soundtrack they talked about, you got artists like the Smashing Pumpkins. You've got just this awesome looking gameplay of so many different stuff like they talked about, of taking photos at an abandoned theme park, skateboarding, flying, hitting baseballs, fireworks shows, flying cars, there's dinosaurs in the trailer and stuff. This game just looks awesome and insane. It looks like it's definitely going to be a little bit of a shorter experience. I can't see this being longer than, 5 or 6 hours, but this does look fantastic. This is definitely going to be a day one pickup for me, at least. I think I hope that this ends up becoming like a big indie darling of the year, like one of the more beloved indie games that comes out, because it just looks, I really want it to be. It looks fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to it. This is one that many people have been excited about, and it's crazy that it's finally coming out in just a week, really. Pre-orders aren't available just yet. I'm looking forward to when I can finally be able to pre-order the game, because then it's like really real. But I feel like with a release date this soon, I don't think it's going to be moved anytime soon. So, really looking forward to Mixtape coming May 7th, and we'll definitely have a video on the channel for it when I play and get a review out. Because I think that will be one of the more anticipated indies of the year. Oh, and finally, for Mixtape, it is releasing on Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, PlayStation 5, and PC. So all the consoles out there. Alrighty, next up for May 7th, we have Will Follow the Light, releasing on Xbox Series X and S, PC, and PlayStation 5. Alabaster Dawn, coming to PC Early Access. Duck Side of the Moon, coming to Switch and PC. Hunt Down Overtime coming to PC Early Access. 2 Point Museum Artifacts coming to Switch, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, and PC. Evil Inside coming to PSVR 2 and MetaQuest 3. Froggy Hates Snow coming to Switch, PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Dread Neighbor coming to PC. War Drum coming to PC. Sunset Motel coming to PlayStation 5. Alien Strike Blasting the Intruders coming to PC and Nintendo Switch. Haneda Girl coming to Switch and Xbox Series X and S, and also PlayStation 5. And finally, Kill It with Fire 2 coming to Nintendo Switch. Alrighty, so a lot of games coming out on May 7th. Alrighty, on to the next day, May 8th, the day later. We've got PAX Autocratica coming to PC, and Hydroneer Journey to Volcalidus coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. On the next day, May 9th, we've got Core Breaker coming to PC, and that's it for that day. Then on May 11th, we've got Battlestar Galactica Scattered Hopes coming to PC, and Green Earth Necromancer also coming to PC on May 11th. Alrighty, now for another big game, starting off with May 12th, we have Directive 8020, a Dark Pictures game. This is the next game in the Dark Pictures anthology series, which has been going on for many, many years now. We've got many like Man of Medan and that one with like the soldiers and the aliens and like the monsters in the cave. I'm forgetting that one. And like Little Hope and a lot of those games. We've got a lot. They've been kind of getting worse and worse, I feel like, as they've gone on. There's been one good one in the middle, but I enjoyed Man of Medan, but that's really the only one I ever played. And I liked Man of Medan, but they've kind of fallen off recently. The last few I know were not reviewed very well. So they took a while off. They haven't released a game in a good amount of time, and now they're finally back with Directive 8020, which is probably the biggest departure of the Dark Pictures anthology series so far, where this is in space. We are in space, playing as a crew. I'll read the description for you all. The next installment in the Dark Pictures anthology. Earth is dying and humanity is running out of time. 12 light years from home, Tau Ceti F offers a small sliver of hope. When the colony ship Cassiopeia crash lands on the planet, its crew soon realizes that they are far from being alone. In space, death takes many forms. Experience immersive cinematic storytelling and edge-of-your-seat horror on a deep space mission to save humanity. Evade a deadly alien threat that roams the dark corridors of the ship, intent on eradicating human life. Overcome your enemies using improvised weapons, lightning reflexes, and stealth. So yeah, we got finally a sci-fi space setting for a Dark Pictures game, which is very new and also very cool sounding. I know like Lashana Lynch plays like the lead, which is very cool. Love to see big actors in games like this. But yeah, this is another one of those like choose your own adventure games, but they definitely but Supermassive talked about how they wanted to go more in depth with more survival horror elements, so more third-person gameplay, stealth moments, using weapons, all that stuff. So definitely more gameplay added to it, other than just quick time events and choosing what dialogue options and how that changes the story and all that stuff. So it's nice that they're adding so much. It definitely seems like from the trailers, it seems very much a story inspired by The Thing, where there's an alien creature that can take any life form. And so it's like The Thing, but in space, which sounds really cool. Yeah, I don't know if this is a game I'm personally going to pick up, just because while I liked Man of Medan, I'm not the biggest like Supermassive Games fan personally, and there's so many other great games coming this month that I don't know if I have the time for Directive 8020, but I hope it's good. This game, I feel like, has been delayed multiple times now. We've been hearing about this for a while, and so I'm glad it's finally coming. It's finally here in just a few weeks from now, which hopefully it is good. I would love to see a great comeback for Supermassive and the Dark Pictures series. But yeah, that is Directive 8020 coming to Xbox Series X and S, PC, and PlayStation 5. Alrighty. Then for the rest of May 12th, we've got Call of the Elder Gods coming to PlayStation 5, Switch 2, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is coming to Switch 2, which is awesome. Highly recommend that game if you haven't played it yet, especially if you're on the Switch 2. It's a really good game. Clockwork Ambrosia coming to PC. Nitro Gen Omega coming to Switch, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And finally, Better Than Dead coming to PC. Alrighty. For May 13th, we only have one game releasing, Feline Forensics and the Meowseum Mystery. Sounds very cute. Next up on May 14th, we've got Outbound. This is a game I wanted to highlight as it looks pretty fun. I feel like there's been a lot of recent games that have looked like this. The description reads, build your own home on wheels and live sustainably off-grid. Craft workstations and power supplies, source energy from the sun, wind, or water. Upgrade and customize your vehicle, grow crops, automate your production, and explore a colorful world. This has been like following the boom of these survival crafting games that have grown in such large scale of player base recently. This looks like one that I feel like I've seen people play, or at least one similar to that. Can't think of the name because they're all so similar. Like, it definitely looks like a friend swap game, at least when you look at it, but I don't know if it's necessarily friend swap material. I think this might be still single player enough where it's not friend swap, but nothing wrong with being friend swap. But yeah, you've got a little like VW bus camper van, and you're just crafting, you're going around this map and all that stuff. Looks pretty fun. Probably won't be checking this one out, but I hope it does well. This is coming to PC, Switch 2, Switch 1, Xbox Series XS, and PlayStation 5, so basically everywhere. Alrighty. Also coming on May 14th, we've got Darklight Survivor coming to PC Early Access, Roadout coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC, The Caribou Trail coming to PlayStation 5 and PC, Hotel Architect coming to PC, Soldier X Complete Collection coming to Nintendo Switch, Whirllight No Time to Trip coming to PC, and then finally for May 14th, the Soldier X2 Final Prototype Definitive Edition, also coming to Nintendo Switch. Alrighty. Next for May 15th, we've got Gold Adventure Gold coming to PC, and Rugrats Retro Rewind Collection coming to PlayStation 5 and Switch. Also, just a disclaimer, I'm going to be talking about this game on the actual full release date, but if you do buy the Premium Edition for Forza Horizon 6, you will be able to play it starting May 15th. But I'll get into that in just a minute once I get to the actual release date for it, or the full release date. But just note, if you are getting the Premium Edition, you can start playing on May 15th. Alrighty. On May 18th, we've got Corsairs Battle of the Caribbean coming to PC. It Reaches coming to PC and PlayStation 5. Thrifty Business coming to PC, and Shikondo Blue Pieta coming to PC as well. Alrighty. Now, May 19th. Possibly, or arguably, the biggest game coming in the month of May. One of my most anticipated games of the year, one of my most anticipated games of all time. We have Forza Horizon 6. If you don't know, one of my favorite franchises of all time is the Forza Horizon franchise. I mean, I have a literal poster behind me of one of my favorite games of all time, Forza Horizon 3, but I don't just love Forza Horizon 3, I love the whole franchise, every single one. This is a franchise that I've just grown up playing. It was one of my first ever games. Forza Horizon 2 was one of the first ever games I got when I first got my Xbox. It's my first console after growing up with Nintendo consoles. And getting an Xbox and booting up Forza Horizon 2 and just immediately falling in love with it, to going to Forza Horizon 3, and that being probably the most I've ever been excited for a game when it came out. And getting the poster with the deluxe edition, I think, or the gold edition, I got the poster with it even as well, which was super cool. And then Forza Horizon 4 and 5 have all been fantastic games as well. I don't think there is one bad Forza Horizon game, and most people would agree this is a fantastic franchise, and definitely, at least right now, or at least for the last 5 or so years, is the best racing game franchise out there. The Forza franchise, for like, you know, Forza Horizon 4 being on Game Pass really grew it to another level, and then 5 kind of just put it on another dimension or another stratosphere, and I think 6 is going to take that to another level. I cannot wait for 6. Now, the one sad part, and this has been killing me, I have been so sad about this. I sold my Xbox about 2 years ago because it broke. It fully broke on me. It was not working at all, and I was like, I need it. This is just a dead weight. It's sitting there, and I'm like, the only reason I get rid of my Xbox, is the day that Forza Horizon 5 comes to PlayStation, and indeed, it did. So I'm like, you know what? It's coming to PlayStation. A lot of Xbox games are coming to PlayStation now. I'm gonna get rid of my Xbox because it's not even working. And instead of buying another Xbox, I'm just gonna stick with my PlayStation and not go out and buy a whole nother Xbox. And so I do not have an Xbox currently. And yes, while Forza Horizon 6 is coming to PlayStation at a later date this year, it is not coming at launch. It is only going to be releasing on Xbox Series X and S and PC at launch on November 19th, and I'm very, very sad about that. I'm very hurt. I'm like, this is one of my most anticipated games ever, and I can't play it at launch unless like I play it on like my co-host Jason. I'm definitely going to be playing on his TV, on his Xbox. Whenever he's out busy doing something, I'm going to be in his room playing on his Xbox, playing Forza Horizon 6. He says he'll let me do that, so that's what I'm going to do, at least for the few months before it comes to PlayStation. Hopefully it comes to PlayStation fairly soon, at least for my own sake. I cannot wait for this game, and low-key, while I am sad that I can't play the full game and get my hands on it when it does release, as I don't want to go out and buy a whole new Xbox just for it, at least right now I don't want to. And while I am disappointed I can't play it at launch, I am just excited to hear what other people have to say. Hear their reviews. Obviously, Forza Horizon 5, when reviews came out, was such a cool experience of being a Forza fan and seeing all the 93s on both OpenCritic and Metacritic, and the crazy high scores everyone's giving it, and people saying it's one of the best racing games they've ever played, and all that, and then eventually at the end of the year winning IGN's Game of the Year of that year. Like, it's such a cool like experience of a Forza fan who is someone like me. I love Forza, and also someone who has always kind of wanted the rest of the world to see Forza for what it is and how fantastic it is, because I feel like the Horizon games were like well loved, but only in the racing community. And to see Forza Horizon 5 be adopted by everyone and it being played by everyone thanks to Game Pass, and everyone, whether they were a fan of racing games or not and just want to check out the game, absolutely falling in love with it. And it's so cool, and I really just can't wait for that experience to happen on May 19th or before, when we get reviews and see everyone's reaction. We've seen so many trailers, so many footage of this game, and everything looks fantastic. I've watched like every single YouTube video that all the YouTubers that got to play the game for like weeks early. I've watched every single one of those videos, listened to people's takes and reactions and opinions on the game so far, and I just can't wait. It really looks like it's shaping out to be the best Forza game yet. It looks like it's taking everything that was great about Forza Horizon 5, fixing some of the issues people had with it, and just making it better, adding more, and I just cannot wait to see people's opinions on it. And I've got a crazy take this year, but I really do believe this game is going to be not only one of the highest rated games this year, like mid-90s. I think it's going to be higher than most games in terms of review scores, but also I really hope that this is one of the 6 games nominated for Game of the Year at the Game Awards. It's time. We need to give this series its true flowers. Obviously, it's got a ton of flowers when Horizon 5 came out from everyone like IGN and all that stuff, but it needs more. It deserves more flowers, and I think if this game is really that good, which I think it is going to be, I think it deserves its flowers on the Game Awards stage. Forza finally coming to Japan is so exciting. It's been the location that myself and every other Forza fan has been asking for since the first game. Everyone's wanted Japan. Everyone wants to go to Tokyo and drift all the mountains and do toge battles and all that stuff. And to finally be getting that, we're here. It's so cool to see. I cannot wait to watch all the YouTube videos, all the reviews, all the opinions, just all this stuff, and just absorb as much Forza Horizon 6 content as I can when it comes out, and then eventually this year when it comes to PlayStation 5, it's like all I'm gonna play until like GTA comes out. Like it's really all I'm gonna play. I am still playing Forza Horizon 5 on my PlayStation to this day. So I cannot wait. I'm so excited, and probably going to be the biggest game of the month and one of the biggest of the years. So really looking forward to this game, and we are so close. We are just a few weeks away from a new Forza Horizon game, which is a crazy thing to say, but so exciting. So yeah, Forza Horizon 6 coming May 19th. And we also have one more game. If you're not into racing games or just don't want to check out Forza Horizon 6, there's one more game for you to check out on that day, and that is Darksiders War Mastered Edition, coming to Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. Alrighty, next up for May 20th, we've got Thick as Thieves, coming to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. This is that one, like, stealth multiplayer PvP, like PvPvE game, where it's like you're all on like one map and you're all trying to like steal the same treasure, like the same like stuff. It looks pretty fun. Definitely maybe check that one out. Also coming on May 20th is Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core, coming to PC Early Access, Spacecraft coming to PC Early Access, and Atomic Owl coming to Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Switch. And when it's already out on PC. Alrighty, next up on May 21st, we've got a new Yoshi game, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. This looks to be just, I know first impressions from people have already come out for the game, and people have said it's just a really cute game, definitely catered for younger audiences, but still just a really cute looking game where you play as Yoshi with a storybook look to it, and it's like a platformer with fun challenges, and it looks to be a very cute time. Definitely, if you have a Nintendo Switch, maybe check this one out. I'll just read the description real quick. One day on the island where Yoshi and his friends live, a peculiar talking book named Mr. E suddenly falls from the sky. This mysterious book's pages contain information about unusual creatures, so Yoshi decides to jump in and help investigate. Yeah, could be a nice little cute game. Also coming May 21st, there's a lot coming this day. We've got Coffee Talk Tokyo coming to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, Switch 2, PC, and Switch 1. Zero Parades for Dead Spies, which is the next game from Zaum, who their last game, Disco Elysium, obviously a very well-beloved game. This is a very similar game to Disco Elysium, at least in the type of game it is and all that stuff. So hopefully this one is as good, if not better, who knows. And it is coming to PC and PlayStation 5. We've got Starbites coming to Switch 2, PlayStation 5, Switch 1, PC, and Xbox Series X and S. Luna Abyss coming to PC and PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Copa City coming to PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Gallipoli coming to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. King of Tokyo coming to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, Switch, and PC. Bistro coming to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. Cyvariar 3 coming to Xbox Series X and S, Switch 1, Switch 2, PC, and PlayStation 5. FZ Formation Z coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Switch 2. Table Flip Simulator coming to PC, Switch, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. X Sanguis coming to PC Early Access. And finally, Q Collection coming to Switch. Alrighty. On to the next day, May 22nd. A game with one of the bigger releases of the month. I'd say there are like 3 really big releases this month. Out of like all the titles, you've got 3 massive releases. Forza Horizon 6 is definitely probably the biggest one, arguably. And then the second biggest one is Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, coming May 22nd. I'll read the description for you. Embark on a journey that begins with the origins of Batman as a young Bruce Wayne trains with the League of Shadows. becomes the hero of Gotham City and forge a new family of allies with Jim Gordon, Catwoman, Robin, Nightwing, and Batgirl. Confront an ever-growing threat from across Batman's rogues gallery as you face the Joker, the Penguin, Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Bane, and more. Play as Batman with an exhilarating new combat system, combining fluid combos, stealth techniques, and detective skills to take on crime across the streets and rooftops of Gotham City. Command a full range of Batmobiles and Batcycles, including legendary Tumbler, as you navigate an open and immersive Gotham City. Grapple, glide, or drive through the open world with agility and speed, while discovering crimes, challenges, rewards, secrets, and iconic landmarks such as Arkham Asylum, Ace Chemicals, and Wayne Tower. Are you ready to build the legacy of the Dark Knight and protect Gotham City? I'm really looking forward to this game. This is another, finally, TT Games' next game after the Skywalker Saga, which I thought was fine. I love it that much. This seems to be another one of like the really big games, where like they've really been going all out with their recent games, and I love the Batman. As you can tell, you know, I just talked about Forza and I have a poster, and I also have a poster of the Batman, which is my favorite superhero ever. I love the Batman and anything Batman related, and so I am really excited for Lego Batman Legacy of Dark Knight. I have been deciding on whether this is going to be a day one purchase for me, just because, as I'll talk about just a few days after, we've got another one of the biggest games of the month coming out. But I definitely do want to check this one out, at least maybe not at launch, a little bit after launch, as we do have a little bit of a barren June and July for games, as of at least right now. But I'm really looking forward to this one. This looks like a sort of spiritual successor to the Arkham games, which I've wanted forever. The Arkham games are just one of my favorite franchises ever. I love all of them, and I'm like, gosh, I really want a new Arkham game, and we're kind of getting that in Lego form, which is really cool this time. If we can't get it from Rocksteady, at least right now, then at least we can get it in Lego form. That's fine with me. It's got the same combat system as the Arkham games, which is awesome. You've got a super big open world, at least it looks like, tons of the classic Lego collectible challenges and all that stuff. They recently put out a video where you can customize the Batcave, and there's like over 100 different bat suits from like different pieces of media. There's really cool, tons of all the different Batmobiles. It just like, this game seems like the ultimate like Batman fan game, but in Lego, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's got like an original story that they're creating where they're taking a bunch of different elements from different Batman media, like different movies and different games and different comics and all that stuff, and they're kind of combining it all into one story, which is super cool. But still like an original story, and instead, like in most Lego games where you can like choose which character to play as, and you have like hundreds of characters, and this time it's like you just have the Batman, and then you've got like, you can choose which like friend you want with him when you're just going around. There's like, and there's only a few options like Jim Gordon, Catwoman, Robin, and Nightwing, and Batgirl. It's like, honestly, it's like definitely more condensed when it comes to the amount of characters you play, but I like that. I definitely prefer that. It puts more emphasis on on the actual characters' combat systems and to flesh it out, and I'm really looking forward to this game. It really seems like they're just trying to make an Arkham successor, and I'm very looking forward to this game. I definitely gonna, if I don't pick it up day one, I will definitely pick it up a little later and put a review on it out for it. Also, just a disclaimer. Yes, while I will not be playing Forza Horizon 6, I'm still going to try to get a review out for you guys a few weeks after release, just because I will be playing it still on, like, my co-host Jason. I will be playing it on his console whenever he's not busy, and he will also, he's also a big Forza fan. He is definitely day one playing that game. Cannot wait for it as well, so we'll do a review with actually the two of us this time, and we'll both kind of give our thoughts. He'll have more thoughts than I do, just because he's probably played more of the game than I will at that time, but another thing is that it's honestly kind of good that it's going to take a little while for the PlayStation 5 version to come out, just because I feel like I don't want to put a review, like a big full review out for Forza Horizon 6 like a week or two after launch. With the Forza games, I've been playing 5 since launch in 2021. I'm still playing the game. Updates just ended last year, or like last year they ended. So, and like, because those games are constantly being changed and evolving and all that stuff, I would want to wait a while to get review out, to have enough updates, to have enough stuff to really judge all that stuff and judge the full game. And those games are so big, I play them forever. So that's why even with it not coming on PlayStation for a while, I still wouldn't have a video for Horizon 6 immediately after it comes out. If anything, I'll probably do like an in progress review for Horizon 6 a few weeks later, or like a month later, honestly. And a month into Horizon 6, these are my thoughts. These are my co-host Jason's thoughts and all that stuff. So look out for that. All right, but that's May 19th. Back to May 22nd. Obviously, talked about Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. Cannot wait for it. Coming to PC, Switch 2, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. And then also coming on May 22nd, we've got Bubsy 4D coming to PlayStation. Oh gosh, Switch, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One. So literally everything, even old gen. And then finally, we've got Tales of Arise Beyond the Dawn Edition coming to Switch 2. Alrighty, on May 25th, we have Paralives coming to PC Early Access. This looks to be like a Sims competitor, so if you're into that stuff, this could be one to check out. And then World of Magic, Rise of Magic coming to PC. On May 26th, we have Realm of Ink coming to PC, Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5. Lumentale Memories of Trey coming to PC, Switch, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5. Stone Machia coming to PC. Romestead coming to PC Early Access. Yerba Buena coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Life Below coming to PC. And finally, Birushana Winds of Fate coming to Nintendo Switch. Alrighty, on to May 27th with the third and final of the three biggest games coming this month. And the reason I said that Forza Horizon 6 is some could say arguably the biggest game coming out in May is because there's another game coming out, even bigger than the Lego Batman, but it might be bigger than Forza to some people, and Forza might be bigger. Honestly, I don't know. These games are both two of the biggest games of the year, and that is 007 First Light. Another one, I made a video a month or two ago of my top 10 most anticipated games of this year, where I did top 10. I talked about every game and kind of ranked, did top 10 of what games I'm most excited for. And my top 4 was both, and in my top 4 were both Forza Horizon 6 and 007 First Light. I cannot wait for 007 First Light. The same reason I kind of explained about Forza Horizon 3 is Forza Horizon 6 is I have always been I'm a very big James Bond fan. I love everything James Bond, the character, the movies. It's one of my favorite movie franchises ever. I've rewatched the James Bond movies, or at least I mainly rewatch the newer Daniel Craig ones once a year. I love the Bond films and all that stuff. Huge Bond fan. And so I've always kind of wanted a new Bond video game. We've gotten a lot in the past, but not really one recently. And I'm a huge IOI fan. The developers of 007 First Light, they make the Hitman games, and I love Hitman World of Assassination. It's so good. One of my favorite game series. I love all three of those games. I played the ton out of all three of them. And so but I would always say, gosh, I think they would be the perfect studio for a 007 game. Before this was announced, I'm they would be perfect. They literally may have made the most iconic spy in video games. And then just a little bit later, they announced that they are working on a 007 game, and I was so excited. I'm still so excited for this. Ever since we got the first trailer and the reveal of James Bond and all that stuff, and a look at the missions and the story you're going to be going on, how this is a James Bond origin story kind of. I'll read you the description. Follow James Bond as a young, resourceful, and sometimes reckless recruit in MI6's training program, and discover an origin story of the world's most famous spy. After a heroic act, young naval air crewman James Bond is offered to join the newly revived 00 program. But when a mission to stop a rogue agent ends in tragedy, he must join forces with his reluctant mentor Greenway to expose a deep conspiracy and stop a looming coup at the heart of the state. discover a new standalone reimagined James Bond origin story and the events that lead an audacious young hero to become the best MI6 agent, embark on missions in breathtaking locations, drive iconic vehicles, and dive into a cinematic adventure in pursuit of a rogue agent who's always one step ahead. Like, how cool does that all sound? At least for a James Bond fan like me, I cannot wait. I think IO Interactive, they are going to kill it with this one. I think it's going to be great. We just recently, obviously, it was delayed from March to May, which I think was a smart decision. When we first saw the game with the PlayStation State of Play and the gameplay and all that stuff, it did look a little choppy in areas. Frame rate drops a lot, but still really cool, like Uncharted moments. And they took time, they delayed it, took a few months to fix the low frame rate issues. And they just recently, about a week ago, released another trailer, like a 5-minute overview of like some of the stuff you need in the game. And like everyone on the internet was talking about how good it looked. I've watched that like 5-minute like overview of the game like multiple times now, just because of how cool it looks. It's like a really cool, this game is like a fantastic combination of two of my favorite games, the Hitman games and Uncharted, which is one of my favorite games of all time. And combining the two and creating a cinematic experience with crazy set piece moments and car chases and all that stuff, and combining it with the free form, free flow sort of mechanic and gameplay of a Hitman mission. And that sounds like the perfect combination of, and everything I wanted, everything I've hoped for in a Bond game is coming true with 007 First Light. Just recently, Lana Del Rey put out an original song, like the theme song for this game, which is crazy that they got Lana Del Rey to make a theme song, and it is one of the best Bond theme songs I've ever heard. I absolutely love that song. I listen to it all the time now. It's so good. And a day later, they put out the actual title credit, the credits for the song, the credits for the game with the song playing, and it was just so, it felt like a movie. It felt like it was for a Bond film, and that's such a compliment to this game and how the budget and just how really just fantastic this game is. At least they're making it seem to be. It is true highest quality you can get. I am so excited for this game. I cannot wait. As many of you who have watched the channel know, my real favorite kind of game is a story-focused linear narrative like this, and this is exactly that, with one of, if not my favorite movie character of all time. And so I am just over the moon excited about this game. I am so excited for Forza Horizon 6 as a massive Forza fan and just someone who loves cars in general. But I also am so excited for 007 First Light as a massive James Bond fan, to the point of I don't know which one I'm honestly more excited for. I can't wait for both. I am so excited for First Light. I think this game is going to be great. I hope it is fantastic. I hope it reviews well. I hope people love it. And I would love to see this game really get its flowers and possibly get nominated for Game of the Year as well if it is not good. Like, I have a lot of hope in this game. I know a lot of people are like, I don't know, after watching that first original gameplay, it doesn't look great, but I think the recent gameplay really changed a lot of people's opinions on this game. I cannot wait. At least for me, it seems like my dream game. And that makes me excited. As someone who's been missing a new Uncharted game, this looks to kind of fill that void for me, and that makes me really, really happy. So, yeah, 007 First Light. Coming out, end of the month, May 27th, one of the last days of the month. Gonna be playing this game as soon as it comes out. Like, as soon as it comes out, on the hour, on the dot. And that whole following week is going to be like all Bond. Maybe I'll do like a ranking of like, maybe honestly, since the week that it comes, the following week that it's out, I'll do like a rank list of like ranking my favorite, like, or at least of the recent 5 James Bond films. And then my full review of this game and possibly even a spoiler cast later, like I did with like Resident Evil. Like, I'm that excited for this game, like on the level of Resident Evil, where I cannot wait for First Light. I am so excited, like counting down the days for this game. Just, it is the dream game. Like, like as soon as that first trailer came out, I freaked out over just seeing actual cars, like real life cars in the game. Like, You drive a Land Rover Defender, it seems like in one mission. The bad guys drive Land Rover Defenders. You're driving different Aston Martins, from like a really cool like old Aston to like a brand new, to even like a new, like the DB5 or the DB7 from, or I think it's the DB5 from Casino Royale. And so many other cars. There's a Jaguar XK being driven by a bad guy. It just seems like, oh my, I just freaked out over just cars. There's Aston Martin Valhalla you get to drive, and it has got like Gatling guns. Just, this is dream game. This is like the dream game for me. Like yeah, this is my dream game. So I'm really, really looking forward to this one. Count on the days, and I hope it's good. I cannot wait, personally. So yeah, 007 First Light coming May 27th, coming to PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5, and it's coming to Switch 2 at a later date. This year, they said Q3 2026, so yeah, probably late summer, early fall. Yeah. Super, super excited for First Light, and gonna have a ton of videos on the channel, especially for this game. And like this and like Forza, the amount I do get to play with it, but definitely First Light, a ton of videos on the channel for it. For sure. Super excited. Alrighty, and then also coming out May 27th, if you're not a fan of James Bond and are looking for something different, you've also got Star Miner coming to PC Early Access. Utaware Rumono Past and Present Rediscovered coming to PC. Echo Generation 2 coming to Xbox Series X and S and PC. And Sideless coming to PC. Coming May 28th. We have a ton of games on May 28th. We've got Bluey's Quest for the Gold Pen coming to PC, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Switch 2, and Switch. As of included in the Street Fighter 6 Year 3 roster, Ingrid is being added to the game, which is very cool. I'm glad they're still updating that game with new characters. It's awesome. Lollipop Chainsaw Repop is coming to Switch 2. Wandering Sword is coming to PlayStation 5, Switch 2, and Switch. Schrodinger's Call coming to Switch and PC. Nickelodeon Extreme Tennis Next coming to PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox Series X and S, and Switch. It looks to be like a Mario Tennis, but Nickelodeon characters. Who knows? That'll be. We've got Crash Out Crew coming to PC and Xbox Series X and S. Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar coming to Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5. Majogami coming to PlayStation 5. Blueberry coming to PC, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PlayStation 5. Necrophysis Full Consciousness coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Stray is coming to Switch 2, so if you enjoyed Stray, I enjoyed Stray. It's coming to Switch 2 now. Heroes of Magic and Steel coming to PC. Save My Scrap coming to Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PlayStation 5. And finally on May 28th, Kyoku Last Summer coming to PC. A lot on May 27th. But nothing too big, so if you're going to be playing Forza, which I'm sure people will be playing that game for years like I have once it comes out, and 007 and Lego Batman, which are all massive games, yeah, you got a few days of not super crazy games coming out. And then final day of May, at least for games. In the final set of games, we've got first My Little Puppy coming to PlayStation 5 and Switch 2. And Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition is coming to Switch 2, and Little Nightmares 2 is also coming to Switch Edition. And that is all for every single video game coming out, at least that has a release date, in May of 2026. Again, some of these could be delayed. Some games may not have release dates yet, but will be announced soon for May. Who knows? I'm sure we'll have a PlayStation Showcase at the end of the month like we usually do in May, and other showcases as well, and maybe we'll get some shadow drops. But this is all we know for like actual confirmed release dates. There's games that are like estimated for May, like Subnautica 2 might be this month, but they don't have actual set release dates, so I didn't really talk about that much in this video because They don't have a release date. They're not confirmed. They could be moved out because it's just estimated for May. Who knows, really? So yeah, that is going to be all. If I were to rank my excitement for the games in May, or at least the big ones coming out in May, I think number 4 is probably Lego Batman. I'm really excited for this game, and this will either be a day 1 or like a week 2 purchase for me, maybe. Once I finish 007, I will pick up Lego Batman. But just because I want to prioritize 007, and it comes out like 3 or 4 days after Lego Batman. So that's number 4, but I am still very excited for it. As a big Batman fan, and just someone who has wanted a new Arkham-style game for the longest time now, I cannot wait for Lego Batman and to dive into it when I have the time. Number 3 for excitement, definitely Mixtape. This is just a game that I've been following longer than Lego Batman. And it's like, it's really one of the first times ever that I've been this into an upcoming indie game. I am trying to get more into indie games. I'm really trying to explore. This is a big reason of this channel, is me trying to expand my horizons with video games and all that stuff, and explore more games and more indie games especially. And so Mixtape is really one of the first times, especially a few years ago when I was really only playing like the big AAA games of the year, and Mixtape was revealed at the Xbox Showcase, and I was like, whoa, I need to play this game. It's one of the first ever times I've fell in love with an indie game and been excited for it before launch. And so I'm just been with this game since it was first revealed, and I'm so glad it's finally coming out. So probably Mixtape number 3 over Lego Batman. Number 2, this is hard, and it hurts to say this, but Forza Horizon 6, only because I don't have an Xbox, so I can't play it at launch as much as I wanted to, but still, like, over the moon excited because of how much I love Forza. I don't need to say anything more about it. I've said already enough on this video about how much I cannot wait for Forza Horizon 6. And then number 1 most anticipated game is 007 First Light. And honestly, both Forza and 007 First Light are like my top 3 or 4 or 5 most anticipated of the year, just other than like GTA 6 and Resident Evil Requiem, which already came out, and probably Control Resident. Like, I think those are my top 5 most anticipated, and we're getting 2 of those games of my top 5 most anticipated in the span of like a week or 2, which is insane. May is going to be a crazy month for video games. Not necessarily a busy month until like the end of the month is very busy with games, back to back to back to back. But the beginning of the month, definitely a little light, waiting for Forza, getting ready, prepared for Forza, and then it just shifts into shifts into like 5th gear and goes crazy. But that's gonna be all for this video. If you enjoyed, put down in the comments below what game you are most anticipated for. If I maybe didn't talk about a game that you were excited for, just mention it, then definitely put it down below. And just say, what's your favorite, what game are you most looking forward to playing this year? Is it this month? Is it Forza? Is it 007? Is it Lego Batman? Love to hear your thoughts and opinions of the games coming out this upcoming May, because it is crazy. That's gonna be all. This Thursday, stay tuned. I'm gonna be doing a video very similar to this, where instead of every video game coming out, I'm gonna be talking about the biggest movies. So I'm not gonna be talking about every movie coming out in May 2026, but I'm gonna be talking about the biggest ones. So like, just the tease, Devil Wears Prada, Mortal Kombat 2, and more. So probably won't be as long of a video and not as much stuff to talk about, but still some cool movies to talk about as well, because don't forget, there still is kind of also a movie channel as well, even though there's definitely more video game talk. Still talk about movies every once in a while. So stay tuned for that being Thursday's video, and then definitely a news roundup coming this Sunday. So that's going to be all. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications for upcoming videos, all that, and that's going to be all. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.